Rated F for fucking awesome. Hey guys, how's it going? Timothy Tim here with a special PSP to show you today. As you can see, this one is covered up, it's shrouded. And there's a reason for that. This PSP has a story to tell, and I'm excited to tell you about it. And before I get started, I wanted to do a quick shout out and a thank you to a customer and a YouTube viewer, DW. Thank you so much for this Back to the Future watch. This thing is really cool. Check it out. It does a flux capacitor kind of fluxing there. Hold on, let me turn the lights down so you can get a better look at it. Here we go. It does a flux capacitor. Yeah, check that out. Fluxing, and then it also tells you the time. So it's 2:51. See, and it repeats 2:51. How cool is that? So flux capacitor watch sent to by a customer that already purchased a PSP. Already purchased one. Lights? And just thought that I would think that that was cool. Was very grateful. I always try to throw in a little bit of extras, with the PSPs, when I can. And so thank you, DW. Thank you for the Back to the Future watch. I will wear it proudly. And if anybody has any cool, nerdy watches to send me, I will make sure to feature them in my upcoming videos as they adorn my wrist and make my other nerdy friends jealous. I'm happy to do so. So thanks for that. Okay, this PSP. Let me launch into the story here. So it was a couple of weeks back, I had someone contact me through the YouTube channel here and ask me if I repaired broken PSPs, which isn't something anyone's ever asked me to do in the past. Sometimes the PSPs I get have problems, but for the most part, the repairs aren't that bad when I first get them because I try not to put money into something that's too far gone. So I told him, not typically, but basically what he said was he loaned this PSP to a friend of his, and this friend basically destroyed it. I don't know what he did, dropped it down some stairs or whatever. And so I told him, all right, well, what's the big deal with this? Are you trying to really get this repaired? It really just might save you money to buy a new one. And he said, well, it has sentimental value. He said, I grew up with it. It's been my PSP since I was a kid. I'd really like to see it running. And so I was like, all right, man, well, why don't you send me an email with some photos of this PSP and we can kind of see what we're dealing with. So I'm going to throw those pictures up for you now. Ugh. I can't see the pictures right now, but I remember them well. Like I said, I don't know what this guy did. Say it with me now, friend did to this PSP, but it is in bad condition. And let me explain something to you. The faceplate on a PSP, hold on, is pretty thick. Look at this. So this is the same faceplate that's from the pictures, and it is cracked through to the bezel. And I was like, listen, man, I know this means a lot to you, but it doesn't look good. And also his friend didn't give him the charger back, had lost it or stuck it up his, who knows. And so he didn't even know if it turned on or not. And God knows what's going on with the battery cover. Anyways, I said, maybe I could take the PSP and I could, take the buttons, put them in a new one. I could show you video, proving that I did that. And then you could have that feeling of the item, the PSP living on another system. Obviously the first option would be trying to repair it. But it's not very likely. And he could be wasting money on shipping it to me. And obviously the third option is, I could just put something together, something that means a lot to you, and we could do a custom PSP, I could try to work something out with you. Maybe use it for parts, or maybe the battery's good. Who knows? And he said, well, I'd like to go with option number 1. I'd like for you to try to fix it. I trust you, which is huge to me. Thank you so much. And he was like, I'm just going to send it to you. And if you can't get it working, I just ask that you give it a funeral on your YouTube channel. And man, how could I say no to that? So I said, all right, man, send it out. Let's see what we can do. Well, when I got her, she was in bad condition. Somebody had treated her like a bitch, beat her up, left her in the gutter. I looked her in the eyes and I said, who did this to you? And she said nothing because PSPs don't talk. But still, I hooked up life support, a power supply, and I heard some signs of life. Nothing really showing up on the LCD other than the backlight firing a little bit. But I heard some sound, and I did some work. And you guys have waited long enough. Thanks for listening to the story, because I think it's important that you hear it. And let me unveil what I was able to do. Take a look at the PSP 1000 fully restored Fighting Games Edition. Boom! Woo!
You win! Perfect!
Look at that shit! Check her out. Let me be easy. She's new to the world. Well, she's got a facelift. So this is a electroplated faceplate, much like the kind that you may have seen on the Zelda PSP if you've checked it out. Now, the faceplate is clean. Well, I see a couple of fingerprints on there, and I'll go ahead and try to wipe that off. PSP is not complete without some fingerprints, but if you look behind the glass here, maybe you can see some marks and stuff. This is not a brand new replacement screen. I'm sorry to tell you, but from what the internet says or may lie to you, there are no replacement screens out there that you can buy that are new. The ones that were made, yeah, you can see a little bit under the screen. Yeah, right there. There's a little mark. These aren't detectable when I turn it on, and you'll be able to see that. I used this from a donor PSP that was pretty beat up. Buttons were unresponsive and stuff. Motherboard was pretty much trashed because of some battery leakage, but the screen was still in working order. So I transplanted that, was able to save some money, and you'll see when I turn it on, it looks pretty cool. But check out the back. Yeah, buddy. The red UMD ring and a new battery cover. And you can kind of see the difference, the old and the new. I tried to dull it out a little bit because the battery cover was so brand new. But hey, it's like, if you got like a new foot or something. The new foot, it's not going to look like the old foot. like the other foot. So yeah, red UMD ring, and I went ahead and went with the fighting games because that's what he said he wanted. And this one's just 32 gigs, breathing some life back into this PSP. Guys, I'm so excited about this, and I'm so glad it worked out. Please don't start sending me all your broken PSPs. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to do this kind of work to any old PSP, but I'm so happy that it worked out. I'm going to say thank you to him. I'm not giving his name because I haven't asked him if that's okay, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, super cool. And I am so happy that he was able to get this to me and that I was able to get it up and running. So I'm excited to get this into the mail with him, to him, so he can start playing again. But I want to show you everything that it has to offer. So I'm going to turn the lights down and let you take a look at just a brief look at the software. I'm not going to go too in depth, but I would like for you guys to see the Street Fighter menu that I put together. And just see that it works, right? Okay, let's do this. Oh, one more thing. You like this? You want a PSP like it? Well, you know what to do. Shoot me an email at timothytimpc@yahoo.com, or you can find me at the Facebook page, Timothy Tim PSP on Facebook. All right, let me turn the lights down and let's take a look at this beauty. Oh man, look at that. That you can't see. Can you see? Oh, I love that watch. I love it. All right, let's get her booted up. And I can show you this custom menu. Check it out. I went with the Street Fighter wallpaper, and happy with how that came out. Here's screen brightness, all brightened up and looking pretty. Everything working nicely, and I will let you check out a little bit of the, what did I pick here? Here we go. Yeah, custom menus with the PSP games. Give it a second to load up that menu. Remember, it is a 1000. There we go. She lives. Everything works great. There were some problems with the UMD drive, but thankfully, all that was necessary was some cleaning, some alcohol on the lens and stuff, and some compressed air spraying it out. So I was able to even save the drive. Sometimes for modding purposes, I have to disable that. So I was not forced to do that with this one. So everything is running as it should. I'm super happy with this PSP. I think it came out really great. And so yeah, I just wanted you guys to take a look at that and share in the story. Take a look at the custom theme. I feel like came out really good. You know, I just wanted to say thanks for the experience, man. Thanks for sending me this PSP. I'm so happy I was able to get it up and running for you, and that it can have a home, a worthy home, I believe, on my YouTube channel. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for checking out this this PSP. Let me get it in there. In the charging cradle. I might give him one of these. You know, I have several of these just laying around. And the 1000 just doesn't pull the kind of numbers that it used to. But I've poo-pooed it. I've given it the poo-poo. And I'm really starting to like it again. Look, as always, guys, thanks for checking out the video and celebrating this PSP in its glory. Oh my God, look at this pathetic, oh God, fucking terrible. With a new LCD, with a new faceplate, with a new battery cover on the back. Just, yeah. I'm glad it didn't have to rest in pieces and can be played again. Is the PSP still worth it? You tell me. Until next time, game on!
Game on!
Yeah, game on!